Welcome to this tutorial on using QR codes for Bitcoin transactions. Today, we will explore how you can leverage QR codes to simplify your Bitcoin transactions, making payments faster and more efficient. By the end of this video, you'll know how to generate, scan, and use QR codes for Bitcoin transactions seamlessly. Before jumping into the code, let's first understand what a QR code is and how it can be effectively used in Bitcoin transactions. A QR code is a machine-readable code consisting of black squares arranged on a white grid, and it can store a significant amount of information, making it perfect for encoding Bitcoin addresses. We are going to cover three main parts in this tutorial. First, we'll generate a QR code for a Bitcoin wallet address, then we'll see how to scan that QR code, and finally, we'll discuss how to make a payment using the decoded wallet address. Let's start with generating a QR code for a Bitcoin wallet address. For this, we will use the QR code library in Java. If you don't have it installed, you can add it to your project using Maven or Gradle. Here's how you can do that using Maven. Now that we have the required dependencies, let's write the code to generate a QR code. We will create a method that takes a Bitcoin address and generates a QR code for it. Here's a simple implementation. In the code above, we first imported the necessary classes from the Zxing library. Then we created a method called GenerateQRCode that takes a Bitcoin address as input and creates a QR code image file. You can change the file name or the dimensions of the QR code according to your needs. Now that we have our QR code generating function set up, let's test it by calling this method with a sample Bitcoin address. Here's how you can do that. I recommend you use your own wallet address instead of the sample when running this code. After you execute your code, you should see an image file named Bitcoin_QR PNG generated in your project directory. Next, let's discuss how to scan the generated QR code to extract the Bitcoin address. For this, we'll implement functionality using the same Zxing library. We'll create a method called ScanQRCode that reads a QR code and returns the Bitcoin address encoded in it. Here's the code to accomplish that. In this QR code scanner class, we read the generated QR code image and use the multi-format reader to decode it back into a string which represents the Bitcoin address. Like the QR code generator, you can handle exceptions as needed, ensuring that any issues encountered will be reported. Let's test the QR code scanner next. You should call this method with the path to the QR code image we generated earlier. Here's how you can do that in the main function. After running this code, you should see the Bitcoin address printed to the console, successfully decoded from the QR code image. This is the power of QR codes. They can turn what might be cumbersome manual input into a quick scan. Now that we have learned how to generate and scan QR codes for Bitcoin addresses, let's move on to the final part, making a transaction using the decoded Bitcoin address. For this, you can use any Bitcoin wallet that provides an API or a library to interact with the Bitcoin network. One commonly used library is Bitcoinj. We will make a simple transaction using Bitcoinj. First, you need to include Bitcoinj in your Maven project. Here's how you can add it to your pom.xml file. Once we've added the Bitcoinj dependency, let's create a method called makeTransaction that will send Bitcoin to the address we've decoded earlier. Here's how you can implement that. In this class, we create a method called makeTransaction that constructs a Bitcoin transaction aimed at the given address for a specified amount. The wallet instance will typically allow you to manage your inputs, fees, and signing the transaction, though for simplicity we've left those aspects out of this example. You can test this method by calling it from your main method like we did previously. Make sure to check your wallet's balance and also to handle various exceptions that might arise when sending a transaction. Remember to replace new wallet with an actual wallet instance which is properly initialized with your credentials and funds. It's crucial to handle funds securely. In conclusion, we have successfully created a QR code for a Bitcoin wallet address, scanned the QR code to retrieve the address, and created a transaction. QR codes offer a quick and practical way to simplify Bitcoin transactions, making it easier to transfer value across the globe. If you enjoyed this tutorial or found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos on Java programming and blockchain technology. Let me know your thoughts or questions in the comments below. Thanks for watching.